So I'm preparing for a presentation that I'm giving next week to the Institute for Supply Management on third-party risk, or the risks that vendors create for companies. And as a part of the research for that presentation, I've been reading stories about things that have gone awry, where vendors have created risks and terrible, disastrous, painful situations for their clients. And I thought I might go through a few examples of that just to talk about the 6 different types of risk that third parties can create. So the first type of risk that everyone thinks about is cybersecurity. And the best example of that is what happened to Target in 2013 when a refrigeration vendor was hacked, and the result was bad actors were able to inject malware and pull out a few million credit card numbers from Target's systems. The second type of risk is regulatory or compliance risk. A HIPAA violation from a third party costs a company on average $900,000, so quite expensive for companies to deal with. And there's a story about a printing company in New Jersey that simply screwed up a mail merge for a marketing campaign and ended up creating a sizable HIPAA violation for a hospital there. The third type is financial risk. Anyone who lived through the 2008 financial crisis can see that the failure of one of your underwriters or one of the companies in the supply chain can definitely affect your ability to collect revenue and create a risk for you. So think about Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns and Countrywide Financial and all the companies that went bankrupt, and think about it in their ecosystem with the role that they played and all the companies that were dependent upon them in order to operate. The fourth type is operational risk, and if you want to read some truly painful stories, search for failed ERP implementations. One example is what Hershey's went through when they lost about $100 million worth of orders and saw an 18% decline in stock price because an ERP implementation went live that wasn't quite ready to go live. Fourth type of risk is a risk around reputation. So we think about like what Foxconn has happened with the suicide nets and some of the working conditions over at Foxconn, and how that's affected Apple's reputation. And then finally, strategic risk. Strategic risk is something that everyone's living with right now with the semiconductor shortage that's preventing sales across the country, across the world. So Cisco to date has about $14 billion in back orders that haven't been realized because of a semiconductor problem in their supply chain. So those are the 6 different types of risks and 6 examples of those risks. If you want to learn more, then please come to the presentation for the Institute for Supply Management. It is open to the public and all are welcome. Links below. Hope to see you there.